here. I got 4 30-second timeouts. Thanks for joining us here at the PSB Real Deal in the Ville, day 2. Set the tip off, pretty good way to start things off. FBC Motton taking on Exodus NYC. Great way to start the day as we are underway, off to the races. Before we can even get the wrapper off of this one, Zaria Dorsey gets the layup to make it 2-0 in favor of Exodus. So FBC Mo with their opening possession. Michaela Coons, she's a player to keep an eye on as this matchup goes on. That's not an exhaustive list. Plenty of talent on this FBC Mo squad. We'll get you acquainted with the rest of the pieces as the game goes on. Coons comes up with the steal ahead to Kush Kiddawa. As Nichelle Tampa can't hold on to that one, so it'll go the other way. The speedy guard for FBC Mo. So an early 2-0 ball game. Tampa with the steal, one person to beat. Leaves that layup just short. So Selena Lott contested that one just enough to be a burden, but not commit the foul. Kush Kiddawa going to pick up her first foul. She will send Zaria Dorsey to the free throw line. Just to make sure you know the 5 on the floor for each squad. You got Zaria Dorsey at the line. She's joined on the floor by number 10, Selena Lott, number 15, Danetta Johnson, number 32, Shania Wright. And that last number looks like number 11. That's Melisha Reed. For FBC, you've got Kush Kiddawa. That rebound brought down by Bianca Jackson. She's number 10. Michaela Coombs, number 3. Number 0, Taja Cummings. Tampa's number 1. So an early 3-0 lead for Exodus. FBC still shaking the morning cobwebs off. Both teams trying to get loose. The early morning games, even when you're ready to go during July period, during the July live period, you see me getting loose as well. It take a few times up and down to really get the juices flowing. So far, Exodus off to a slightly better start. Had a 3-point advantage. That layup will push it to 5 as Melisha Reed gets the lay, and we're going to have a timeout here by FBC. It'll be a 30. Each team gets 4 30-second timeouts. For those that might have missed the broadcast action yesterday, you can scroll down on that SUV TV PSB Real Deal page and be able to see some of the archives from yesterday's action. So out of the timeout, let's see how FBC responds. A near turnover turns into an actual one as Selena Lott picks it up and pushes it ahead, and we'll have a trip to the line here for Melisha Reed. Reed knocks down the first. Splits the pair, Jackson with the rebound. FBC still trying to get settled. Tampa weaving through pink jerseys. And we'll get to the line. She took some contact there on that drive. Played through foul 1, through foul 2. And earned the call there on the last one. Officials letting them play, and I'm glad to see it. These coaches are here to evaluate, not see a bunch of free throws shot or see officials take over the game. So I give credit to those that let the players make the plays, make the calls when needed, but outside of that, stay out of the way and let these teams get after it. Tampa goes to the free throw line and gets FBC on the board, 6-2. We come up on the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Good pass, drawing 2 defenders is Danetta Johnson. She drops it off and it's laid in there by number 32, Shania Wright. We'll have a couple substitutions. Take another look at that last play. You're going to see the smaller defender. So Coach Kidawat comes over to help. Dime dropped in the lay-in. They're on that Johnson to Wright connection. Johnson on another drive. This time she'll lay it in herself. Netta Johnson making her presence felt. Also keep you abreast of a couple substitutions made by FBC. Now in the game, number 13, Dominique Banks, and number 2, Chanel Wilson. Also number 5, Brooke Moore, who can really shoot it from outside. Bianca Jackson has that in the repertoire as well. Knocks down the three-pointer. The Brew Baker Tech attendee there in Alabama gets the triple. Coons with the steal and the conversion. As we start to see more of the FBC Motton squad we're accustomed to here on SUV TV. And while Exodus continuing to attack, first shot no good. Nice job of staying vertical by Dominique Banks. But they couldn't rebound on those opportunities where they were making Exodus miss on the inside. So now it's a 5-point game. It's been good defensive pressure provided by Exodus here early on. It really kept FBC off kilter. Moore trying to get her first three-pointer of the contest. That one goes off the side of the rim. Reed goes opposite the ball screen, handoff inside. Just a strong move and finish there by Wright. They tried to foul Wright, just too strong. As you can see the hand in there, she just muscles it up and in. Chance for the three-point play the hard way. So obviously Exodus has gotten off to a better start, but when you look at FBC, they're just down 8 points. So it's one of those things where you're not as comfortable as you would like to be, but definitely no need to panic. Although Exodus is trying to make it go as long as possible before there's any sense of comfort or rhythm on the FBC side. They continue to get things rolling on the offensive end. Someone's laid up by Zaria Dorsey. All over the passing lane. There was a lot good anticipation. Pass ahead to Reed. Reed under the rest. Can't finish that shot as Bianca Jackson got back with the contest. The split through on the floater. Courts is banking hours here during the July live period. Well, we are in the weekend. Days can sort of run together here in July, but some banks are open. And a couple 9 to noon bankers hours on Saturdays. That one was floated up and in nicely by Chanel Wilson, but Exodus answers right back. They push through the advantage to 10 points. Coach Kittiwah set the check in, the next dead ball for FBC. Jackson will try a triple. Coombs was just going to say how that Jackson shot, they didn't really have a presence on the offensive glass, but Coombs got from point A to point B quickly, kept that play alive. And Chanel Wilson capitalizes with the triple. The McEachern High School attendee. Anybody that knows high school basketball in the state of Georgia, McEachern is a household name. Former high school home of Taya Cooper. They have been championship high when it comes to girls basketball in the Atlanta area. Couple substitutions coming in on both sides. Coach Kittiwah, number 11, checking back in. Number 20, Taylor Hill, coming in for FBC, as well as Nichelle Tampa. In for Exodus, number 4, Lauren Hanson. Number 5, Karina Guerra. Final minute of the first quarter. Three-pointer off by Moore. Good box out of Coach Kittiwah by Guerrera. Good defense inside by Coach Kittiwah. Picked up her first foul, trying to go as long as possible without picking up that second. We'll see if FBC holds for the last shot here or just takes the first good look that comes available. Pesky defense by the Exodus. Tampa in attack mode. Foul on the play going to go against Lauren Hanson. Under 10 seconds now. Moore going to launch a three-pointer. Hasn't been able to find her stroke so far. Plenty of college coaches there along that back line as we go into the corner break. Appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV. Exodus is up in this one, but FBC has definitely woken up. We'll be right back. And back to the action, second quarter underway. Marcus Burnett joined by Brandon Clay. This is a great way to start my morning in terms of the first broadcast, Brandon. FBC Mo versus Exodus. FBC struggled a little bit early, but now starting to get more comfortable out there.
Well, and you look at the matchups and the talent on the floor for both teams, and there's a reason why this thing is packed out. college coaches, man. In the other gym, you got about 25 schools, and you think that was the main court. It's just been an absolutely great morning, and this obviously is the headliner.
Coach Kittiwah picks up that second foul, got the first one relatively early, and so has been trying to just keep her arm straight up, avoid picking up that second one. But here's 7:29 into the second quarter, picks it up.
That's a good take there by Locke, getting into the teeth of the defense and forcing the contact.
Lott makes it an 8-point game, and now 9 after the second free throw make. Exeter's got a better start offensively, but defensively they've really used a zone look to really bother FBC and stay active in the passing lanes. They've gotten a lot of steals when you look at Lott, Melisha Reed, who's on the bench now, but a good start defensively.
Yeah, Reed's awesome, man. I mean, that's a tempo changer and a pusher at the point spot. Oh, great pass there from Tampa.
As Coombs gets an offensive rebound. Coombs, one of those energy players. You've seen a couple times where, Brooke Moore not knocking down her threes, a couple shots missing, and Coombs has kept plays alive with her motor and ability to keep moving.
Yeah, well, the great thing about her is that a lot of times you talk about kids that play with energy, and that is their specialty. She is a kid that can make shots. She can defend on the perimeter. And then on top of all that, she's aggressive and active around the rim in terms of trying to rebound it as a guard.
7-point game now. Coach Kittiwah comes up with the steal. Tampa to Coombs. Cummings gets the bounce.
That's a big shot there. The Georgia Tech commit, if that's a shot that she shows she can hit consistently, it really changes the dynamic of the game for her. People can't afford to lay off of her.
Timeout on the floor. As head coach for Exodus, Khalif Davis, doesn't like what he sees, gets a timeout, and mentioned McEachern High School with Chanel Wilson being out of there and just their basketball brand in the Georgia area. That was the St. Francis connection. Michelle Tampa with the assist to Taja Cummings, another powerhouse there in Atlanta.
Yeah, I love what, Thomas, as we all call him, man, from Exodus. Thomas Davis has done a great job. And obviously, you talk about FBC and the brand that they've built and the transition, and Mo really is taking the forefront and the lead in the program this year and done a heck of a job, man. So many great people. And you talk about Coach Griggs over there on the Exodus bench, and then Mark Tampa, Mitch Cummings, and just the people who've been involved with these young ladies' lives, and all the time they spend away from their own families just to be a part of what we're doing.
Back from the timeout, FBC gets the steal. Here's Jackson.
And Jackson's the kid who could be an X factor in this game. She's a kid that's going to match up lengthwise and athleticism-wise with the Exodus group. As you see her get the ball right there.
Leaves that jumper just short, but FBC doing a good job of pushing the tempo, not really letting Exodus sit back in that zone. You saw they were able to get a clear entry pass into Coach Kittiwah. That's the first time that's happened all game.
Well, and the great thing is, you see both of these guys out here. They're just working, from a coaching standpoint. Locked in, making switches, talking about adjusting it at all times.
A lot up top to Reed, who was checked back into the game. Tough floater off the back of the rim. They'll get another opportunity as that one's tipped out to Lott. Here's Cummings, stops and pops.
Tough read. Those are the types of shots when I get it. She's a little small, prototypically for the position. I understand all that. When she's hitting that three and that mid-range off the pull is working, the thing that she does really, really well is distribute the basketball and change tempo. So if she adds that to her game consistently, Michelle Joseph's got a really good addition in coming.
Takes confidence to take that mid-range pull-up on a fast break.
No doubt. This is a real game, too, right? Like, this isn't like an exhibition game and you're up 20. This is a game against one of the best teams in the country.
5 seconds. No, a timeout.
Yeah, great call. You saw Thomas felt the momentum changing right there. Didn't like what he was seeing offensively, and goes ahead and dings one just before the turnover occurred.
Take another look at that pull up there by Cummings.
When you see her reading, 2-on-1, never had the gap. Defender never committed. That's the exact right read. She kept waiting for the commitment to then read and make the pass, but never happened.
So 4 minutes, 45 seconds left here in the second quarter. That slow start for FBC, a thing of the past as they are loose. In a better position now, and I pulled to within 3. That one's knocked out of play by the long and rangy Bianca Jackson.
Well, Jackson's a kid that honestly, her length and ability athletically is her specialty. You know, she's not necessarily a signature shooter or an elite level driver just yet, but her frame and ability to make plays on both ends because of it is her specialty at this point in her career, and she does a really good job.
Netta Johnson with it. She had a good start as well. Has been relatively quiet over the past few minutes. Cummings trying to bottle her up. They converge there on the baseline and get the stop.
Well, Johnson's at her best straight line driving. One of the things that FBC is going to take away is the straight line drive. So she's got to find a way to bring something else to this game. Maybe it's in the open floor in transition.
Nobody yelled wolf. Coombs with the cookies.
Hey, that's a Lipscomb Jonathan Hemingway call there, the wolf call, man.
They're going to say last touch by FBC, so it'll go back over to Exodus. And it was Exodus that really started off great defensively. Since then, we've seen FBC show their defensive prowess. When you look at these guards, Tampa's a speedster, Cummings is quick, but also very stout. You know, you saw it on that Netta Johnson drive.
Yeah, it's interesting because both of these teams play a similar style of basketball. They're good on the interior. They're going to make it hard for you to score. And then they want to try to push in transition to get to the rim quickly. And so the team that shoots the basketball better from the perimeter as Coombs knocks down that 3, Marcus, in my opinion, is going to be the one that comes away from this victorious.
Coombs ties us up at 21 apiece.
When you think about for FBC, Mo, the run has been the Cummings 3, the mid-range pull-up, the Coombs 3. It's been outside shots. It's hard to find quality inside interior shots in a game like this.
Tampa turning up the pressure on Reed. Reed denied inside.
It's a battle, isn't it, man? It's a battle, man.
Not for the faint of heart. They're on the inside.
Well, and it's great. We've got, you see Jordan Davis locked in for us on social media. So much coverage. Jonathan Hemingway down there on the baseline, our director of domestic scouting. Everybody's locked into this one. So many colleges, you can't call all the schools out, but if you're a Power 5 school or a top-tier mid-major, they're definitely here on this game.
Johnson at the free throw line. That last foul was called on Coombs. Speaking of Coombs, we take a look at that three-pointer that she knocked down there off the kick.
Well, and that's an area of her game. Had a knee injury about 18 months ago, and you talk about what has come out of that. And honestly, her ability to stretch the floor. I talked to her after our Mother's Day Mayday event and mentioned to her, you're really shooting the ball well. She's playing with the same aggression and bounce that she had before the injury, but she's added the ability to really stretch your floor with the jumper.
It's Jackson, nice little baby jumper off the Cummings assist.
I'm telling you, Jackson is so versatile. You know, she's one of those kids that reminds you think about the NBA game, a Harrison Barnes, you know, a person that can play multiple positions.
Yeah, Sans this year's playoffs.
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes.
That's okay, man. It's been a good 2-year run for Harrison.
It doesn't erase his body of work. I give it to you, man, but it was times where I'm like, Harrison, geez, bro.
Hey, for that matter, man, you know, Iggy wasn't the Iggy of last year, you know, finals MVP Iggy, yo. So definitely left a little something on the table, man, but that's good for LeBron because they're going to have a hard time next year with Kevin Durant. Oh, great move. Great move. Even that move there, though, for Reed was challenged. A tough right hand on left side finish That's just a heck of a finish right there. There's not much you can do if you're FBC. You defended that as well as you could, and you forced the kid into what is, in theory, a low percentage shot around the rim. It just went in.
You cancel Christmas every time because Kittiwah gets it that low, easy lay-in.
When we talked about the distributing ability of Cummings, and you're seeing it right there, her ability to find and make other players better, in addition to her making the open jump shot right now.
Minute 35 and counting. Nearly a steal by Coombs. Lott over to Reed. Reed for three. That one's just short. Quick ricochet off the rim. Too hot for the initial rebound, but FBC has it. Coombs is on a mission. Can't get the roll. Reed will pull it back out. Brooke Moore able to get a hand on it.
Oh, great pass.
Moore hasn't gotten going yet, but that's a good look. Long rebound. Right to Melisha Reed.
Oh, tough take there. This is one of those scramble type, couple of minutes, man, where whoever makes this shot comes out of that with the real momentum here.
Because Kittiwah throwing weight around inside, misses the first. Oh, good strong gather. First free throw on the way for Kush Kittiwah's good to go. First free throw's good. And so is the second. (27-24), trying a little high-low there. That one goes out of bounds. Number 8, Raven Johnson has checked into the game for FBC Mo. Jackson to Johnson, now over to Coombs. Coombs, too strong there on the shot. It'll be last touch by FBC, so Exodus with a chance to get some points here.
Now, let me say this. If Mo puts this kid in the game, she can play, period. You don't play, look at, defends her in the backcourt. Look at, she's still defending. Buzzer going on, she locked up like this. Man, it shows the confidence. You see everybody dapping her down, and look at, she's just happy. Like, I wasn't really expecting her to go in, Coach, but since you put me in,
hey,
I
ready.
might as well lock somebody up.
So that sends us to halftime. Thanks for being here on SUV TV at Peach State Basketball's PSB Real Deal in the Ville. 27-24 ball game, 3-point advantage for FBC Mo. We'll take a short break and be right back. Welcome to the second half. 3-point lead for FBC Motton. As both teams go to the floor for the 50-50 ball. And jump ball is going to give it over to FBC. Slow start for FBC Mo Crew. But they have rebounded quite nicely. As they turned their defense up, that led to more turnovers on the Exodus end, but also a tempo change that FBC has been able to benefit from. As Exodus came out with the zone look. FBC disrupted it by increasing the pace of the game, not allowing them to get back. Players like Cummings, Coombs, Tampa, Jackson able to see more production on the offensive end as a result of that pace push. Let's see how Exodus responds here coming into the second half. Janetta Johnson steps out of bounds. Easy to get a few of those court lines mixed up in a travel ball setting. And you're running the short way instead of the long way, so that'll give it back over to FBC. Jackson gonna try a triple. Johnson to Reed. Reed turns the corner. Pass was intended for Dorsey. Michaela Coombs was all over it. Quite a role reversal as this game has went on. Now you're seeing Exodus have to take their time, sort of probe the zone look that FBC is giving them. And that's exactly how the game started for FBC. Because Kittiwah, too strong there off the glass. Rebound brought down by Dorsey. Number 5, Brooke Moore checks back in for FBC. Pass inside to Coach Kittiwah. She's met with resistance by Dorsey. Dorsey with the block, now head to Johnson. Johnson can't get the bounce. The tap save by Brooke Moore. Now it's going to be an easy layup for Coombs. On the floor for FBC. As I think Danetta Johnson stepped over the line when she was throwing that in to Reed. Unforced turnover there by Exodus. Gives it right back to FBC. On the floor, they have Coombs, number 3. Chris Kittiwah, number 11. Tampa, number 1. Brooke Moore, who hasn't hit a 3 yet in this contest. You can change that. Splashes that one from the corner. Missed the first cluster of 3 she took, but she's a shooter. Great SUV TV archive from a few months back. As FBC Mo took on Team Elite Hubbard. That was one of the best games of the summer, and Brooke Moore was really filling it up. Gives them an 8-point advantage with their first triple in this game. Back to back. What's better than one triple? A 2-piece. 10-point contest now. Energy of this game has totally changed. How will Exodus respond? One last touch by FBC, so it will stay with Exodus. Take another look at that first one there by Moore. That one over the arm of a lengthy defender in Shania Wright. Lauren Hansen misses the 3. Tampa with a nice pass and the finish by number 15. That's Tatiana Wyatt. Columbus High School, and it is now a 13-point lead for FBC Motton. You see Tampa, a lot of pink jerseys around her. Tatiana Wyatt doing a good job of running the floor, able to catch in stride and finish. Lead now 13 for FBC. Exodus has gone with a relatively smaller lineup. 3 knocked down in the corner as Saida Abdul Aziz cuts the gap down to 10 points. Floater missed by Tampa. Defensive rebound by Lott. Lott, Hanson, Abdul Aziz, Reed, and number 25, Sierra Mayo on the floor for Exodus. Moore gets the rebound, pushes it ahead to Wyatt. Chased down in the corner by Jackson, now top to Tampa. Lead sits at 10 for FBC. Wyatt is tied up. Tied up there by number 20, Abdul Aziz. Joined by Jonathan Hemingway here on the mic. Hemi, a tale of, I won't say 2 halves because we still got plenty to play in this second half, but some momentum changes in this game. FBC to a slow start. Since then, they've got all cylinders rolling as they lead by 10.
Great matchup here of, like you say, 2 talented teams. FBC, Motton have been on the radar for some time. Very well-balanced team with great shooters and great size. Exodus out of New York. Also a team full of talent. Of course, an elite 25 prospect in Donetta Johnson. But Coach Davis over here going to try to find the recipe here to get this lead back down to what it was in the first half.
Now look at how Exodus with their zone, they were able to keep FBC off balance early on, and FBC used that speed to speed the pace up, disrupt that zone, and go from there. If you're Exodus, even though you got some players with speed, not sure you can really speed FBC up. So what do you see as some of the ingredients for success for them to sort of reverse the tide here?
I think it starts on the defensive glass. You know, you've got to contest every shot, but as you see right here with Tamaya Butler getting that offensive rebound, you cannot give FBC second chance opportunities. You're not going to, like you said, they've got enough ball handlers. You see Lauren Hansen can't get that jumper to go. And Selena Lott getting a second chance opportunity of her own. FBC has so many good ball handlers that you're not going to be able to force turnovers and get easy points that way. So what you've got to do is you've got to force contested jumpers, limit them to 1 shot and 1 shot only, and then try to start some fast break opportunities off of that.
Lott will throw it into number 5. That's Karina Guerra. Guerra, Hanson, Mayo, Donetta Johnson, and Lott on the floor. It's a good look for Hanson. Can't get it to go. Butler had the rebound initially. Her and Mayo go for it, and as Mayo Throws it off the leg of Butler. Butler with a good energy bucket. But just a minute ago. Now she'll guard Johnson. Johnson. So Johnson denied initially. They stick with it. And we'll have a trip to the line for Lott.
Lots of athleticism out here, Marcus. You know, talking about so much length on the interior. Banks down there, number 13 in blue. I believe is that Wyatt over there, number 15. She's actually coming out of the game here. But they check Wyatt out, and then they put Puckett right back in. So much length, so much athleticism. Makes it very tough for even an EYBL team like Exodus to get clean looks on the interior.
Plenty of reinforcements, guard position, and the interior. Very deep team. This is FBC Mo squad. Moore already had 2 3-pointers from that area. Can't get the third one. Lott, strong move. Determined to either get a bucket or a trip to the free throw line. She'll get the latter.
Yeah, look what we have right here. You get a defensive rebound, a quick transition push, draw the foul, get to the free throw line. Now you've got a chance to cut it to 6.
That's part of that combination we talked about, rebounding the ball. And even though Lott used some speed to get up the floor, a lot of that was just grit.
Mm-hmm.
She had a couple defenders waiting on her. She just looked to bowl over a couple of them. Strong move, earned the call.
We call that taking the bump and giving out the bump all at the same time. I think we've got a number not listed in the book, so it's going to be an administrative technical.
Lott gets her second free throw out of the way, and now Lauren Hansen. So Hansen will get the 2 technical free throws. First one in and out. Man, you hate to miss free throws, period. But it always feels a little bit worse when you miss the technical free throws, because that's, you know, you kind of have that designation of, okay, this is the person that shoots it. I know these are money. So then when you miss one, you know, it happens to them all, but it's kind of an extra spotlight on it. But Hansen shakes it off, knocks down the second, and they keep it moving right along. 5-point contest. FBC with the lead. A little bit of a hesitation, but she's met by Banks inside. Strong rebound by Johnson and one.
Last summer, number 15, Donetta Johnson, got onto our radar. She burst up the rankings. She's in our top 25 with good reason. You see the strong, powerful lefty right here. She's very good at slashing to the bucket, but she's one of those power wings that can rebound, finish on the interior. She's got range on the jumper. One of the elite prospects in the country, and Donetta Johnson.
Tough shot there by Banks. Good defense by Shania Wright. Johnson, hey, she took lemons and made lemonade on that one.
She kind of turned around and had that pained smile on her face, like, I'm not really sure what I was doing right there, but it worked out for her.
Like coach is about to get on me for that one.
But look right here, it's a tie ball game, Marcus.
39 apiece. We approach the final 10 seconds or so. Butler, nice dish to Banks with the lay-in.
I don't think Lott understands how much time's left.
So we will go into the third quarter break. Exodus has responded. Danetta Johnson, a big reason why. An off-balance shot, it falls. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're right.
Fourth quarter, 2-point lead for FBC Motton. On the floor for FBC, Taja Cummings there with the ball. Bianca Jackson, Michelle Tample, Michaela Coombs, and Cassie Kush-Kittiwah on the floor for Exodus. Reed, Johnson, Dorsey, who just picked up the foul there, as well as Hanson and Lott. Free throw opportunity coming here for Kush-Kittiwah. This FBC team, a lot like the St. Francis High School team that Kush-Kittiwah plays for in terms of the depth, the bevy of weapons that are available, and the track record as a result. St. Francis, one of the teams invited to play in the Dix Nationals event there in the girls bracket at the end of March. Finished by Johnson.
Johnson's starting to get it going now. See her getting downhill, getting to the bucket, scoring some points. It's going to be very important for Exodus here in this last quarter.
FBC goes back up by 2. Lott, the assist and getting the roll is Johnson. .43 apiece. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Tampa's looking for Kush-Kittiwah to get it to her on the block. Baseline drive and floater. The art of the floater takes work to knock it down with proficiency. It's something that Tampa definitely has in the toolbox.
Now those smaller guards like be able to perfect that. And speaking of perfecting the floater, Selena Lott does the same thing over the outstretched arms of the 6'5" Kishkitawa.
It's been a team effort, but Selena Lott and Danetta Johnson have some points where they were just not to be denied. A big part of what helped them close that 10-plus point gap. And have them right here tied up at 45 apiece. Johnson aggressive on the catch, got the step on Coombs. Coombs able to recover and knock it out of play. Selena Lott has gotten it done, not only being able to score the ball, but also making plays for others. She draws attention, and rightly so. Gets it to Johnson. A smooth lay-in. Johnson out to Reed. Reed, nice wraparound pass. Johnson is tripped up and will go to the line. Coach Davis liking the energy his team is bringing. They're getting a little bit of rhythm. Coach Motton takes the time to touch base with his team during the free throw. So here's Johnson. On the first. They're getting the score taken care of there. I believe it's 46 to 45. The official's gonna come, put their heads together as they always do, make sure they get it right. So it is 46 to 45. Well, they had 46 to 45. There were thoughts that it was 45, 46. They settled with 46, 47. Same point differential, so we keep it moving. 4:35 and counting. Kitawa headed to the free throw line. One of the things I love about July is the intensity. These players have to be able to perform in pressure situations at the college level. You got scholarships on the line. You got a baseline full of coaches. And you got coaches there of these teams that want to make sure that their players are able to perform and compete at a high level. So,
oh, man, you know, a lot of pride on the line. You know, these games will be talked about, you know, for the next several months, if not years. You know, so got to get it right.
And points make a difference, man. I mean, a game like this,
every point does matter.
Exactly. Officials, good job of understanding that, getting everything square. And now we can enjoy 4 minutes plus of a great matchup between these two teams. Coombs with the offensive rebound and the fall away Jay. Touched on that with Brandon Clay earlier in the broadcast. Coombs has a hustle player type of energy, but then has the skill set of the highly touted prospect that she is. So it's not just all hustle or all talent, a great mixture of both. That one was touched last by FBC. So Exodus will inbound. FBC leading by 1. Coach Davis wants a timeout. Didn't like the movement or lack thereof when it comes to his squad there. 3 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in the contest. Step away briefly and be back with more from the PSB Real Deal in the Ville. From the timeout, FBC got what they wanted. Sorry, Exodus got what they wanted. FBC trying to deny there. Coach Davis got that timeout. He got the movement and the bucket that he wanted on that previous possession. Layup opportunity there for FBC. It won't stay down for them.
That was so unfortunate they missed that shot. Some great interior passing there and just can't finish it off. You're talking about every point counting here, and I hope that doesn't come back to bite them down the stretch.
They won't on that sequence as they get the stop. Now here's Cummings. Cummings lost the handle. Had the step on Hanson. That's a wide open look for Jackson. Money in the bank. Big bucket there by Bianca Jackson. The lone non-Georgia representative here on this squad. Again, out of Brubaker Tech there in Alabama. Hits a crucial bucket there to make it a 2-point advantage. Janetta Johnson answers right back, tied at 50 apiece.
Jackson shooting very well for FBC. Johnson doing an even better job of getting to the rim and finishing. It's been a big half for Janetta.
Inside to Kush Kittewa. Strong move, can't get the finish. Johnson had it tipped away. They're fighting for it. We will have a foul on the play. I believe it's going to go against Zaria Dorsey.
23 is what I saw on the foul, so it probably is Dorsey. Good job there by Exodus of securing the rebound. However, possession isn't complete until you make that outlet pass, and an even better job by FBC of pressuring that outlet pass and coming up with the steal.
Cummings looks the defense off. That's a good shot there for Tatiana Wyatt.
You notice FBC is able to put all of these shooters around that zone, and suddenly the middle of that zone, there's a little bit more space than what you normally see versus a regular 2-3. And Johnson gonna get caught right here with the palm. As good as she's been here in this second half, she makes it a costly turnover here with 1:07 left.
Coming up on the final minute. Jackson with it. Now to Coons. Moore. She was posted in that corner, too strong on the shot.
Moore, I know she airballs that one, but she's typically a knockdown shooter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she couldn't find the range on that one. We're going right to the wire here, Marcus. Another great game here on the SUV TV.
Johnson, in and out dribble, hangs in
With
the air,
right hand.
finishes off the
Look
glass.
at that, uses the glass. Danetta Johnson living up to her reputation here today.
That's a big play right there. Coming right back
Ooh.
to Jackson. She nails it.
And they're not going to get it off in time. We
What a
talked about
finish.
Bianca Jackson shooting it so well, and no bigger shot right there to knock off Exodus here at the PSB Real Deal.
Wow, man, it doesn't get any better than that. As we take a look at that shot there by Jackson. Danetta Johnson just hit a big one, hit me. That's hand in face.
Hey, no hand down, man down right there, man.
Jackson says, you know these college coaches are along the baseline, right? I've been waiting for this. Big bucket there by Johnson as FBC Mo comes back and gets this one. Appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV. FBC Motton gets the win over Exodus.